What you say listening to?
Hello from Hawaii.
So my top favorite Hawaiian songs of all time. This is a video that has been years in the making, as my taste in music, although somewhat the same, has matured over time. And I gotta say, this was a really tough video to make, but also fun at the same time, as I listened to a lot of Hawaiian music, especially some of the older stuff. Just trying to figure out what I like back then versus what I like now, and it's a lot of fun. So I just want to share my top 5 favorite, what I think are the best Hawaiian songs. This isn't really a video to argue which is the best 5 songs of all time, but more so to celebrate Hawaiian music. But first, let's talk about what that actually means, because does that just mean songs in only Hawaiian? Or is it local artists, or what does that mean? So to me, when you talk about Hawaiian music, that's generally songs that you're gonna hear on like Hawaiian radio stations here locally. Now they can sing in Hawaiian, but they don't necessarily have to, but they're singing about local stuff. And so I'm really excited to share my top 5, but because YouTube has its copyright, I can't actually play any of the music. So I'm gonna create a playlist with the top 5 songs. So if you're curious on what the songs I'm talking about are, you can go ahead and listen to my 5 favorite songs. So for this video, I'm gonna listen to the songs and then speed that footage up, and then I'm gonna talk about why I really like that song. And of course, I'd love to know what your top 5 favorite Hawaiian songs are too. I mean, it's can take a while, but you might think about it, but then another song comes in and it scrambles up kind of the whole list. So here's my top 5. Somewhere Over the Rainbow, Brother Is. Now you're probably thinking, of course, this song makes the list. Has over 1 billion views on YouTube alone, and it's been in several movies. I remember when I was away on the mainland, whenever I heard this song, I mean, it would just immediately jump out to me. Because of course I think about home, I think about, you know, nice things. And I think in a world where oftentimes music can be aggressive and it's, you know, music to fire you up, it's nice that there's a song, I guess, that talks about dreaming and hoping, you know, for a better world, and put that with ukulele and great voice. And yes, while it may be overused in slideshows and PowerPoint picture montages, it's such a good song. I was so proud to be from Hawaii whenever I heard this song on the mainland. House at Pooh Corner by Ka'au Crater Boys. They have a lot of great songs. And as I was going through their whole library, I was like, hey, I remember that song. Hey, I know that song. But when I heard this one, I was like, all right, to me, that's my absolute favorite. And I remember when I was growing up, I used to hear the song, I'm like, why are they singing about Winnie the Pooh? That's weird. But now that I'm a lot older, I can appreciate what that might mean to certain people. For me, it's a song about like small kid time, right? Like going back to those times where you're growing up, you know, grandma and grandpa's house, and man, it's just a beautiful song. It's not very flashy, it's not really a lot going on, but I don't know. This is a song where I wish I could play guitar and sing, because I'm like, I want to play with you. It's so good, you know. It's like, but yeah, they have a lot of great songs, but this is probably my, this is my favorite one. I Miss You My Hawaii by Maunaleo Pilimehana. This album was really special to me because when I went away to Colorado, I was missing home a little bit, you know, and I remember when I was, you know, high school time, didn't really listen to that much Hawaiian music, maybe a little bit, but not too much. But man, when I went away, I asked my mom, hey mom, you can send me some CDs, because I had to listen to Hawaiian music because I missed Hawaii so much, and it's not like I can turn on the radio in Colorado. And so she sent me the Naleo CD, and this song was on it, and there's you don't get it until you're away. One of those types of songs. And yeah, I think about those times when I was away, and I think about a lot of good times, but a lot of hard times too. And it's amazing because music can help you. I mean, you still gotta deal with it, but it can help you sort of deal with it in a way. It can help you to feel encouraged. It can say things and put to words feelings that you might have. And yeah, there are times where I remember I miss home. I mean, I was having a good time. I was having a good time when I was away, but there are some hard times too. And so when I play, when I play this song, it would just remind me, like, yeah, you're going back home soon. So, now of course everybody gonna talk about Friends, as one of their hit songs. And of course, that's graduation time, right? You play Friends. But to me, this is a song, like, oh, man, it's like, yeah, it's like perfect, especially for those guys that are away and they miss home. The words of this song, the voice, the singing, just absolutely beautiful. And yeah, no matter where you are, I hope that if you listen to the song, it will remind you of home. Leaving on a Jet Plane, Justin Young. Now, this is just a cover song, and it's already a popular song, so I don't know. I consider this a Hawaiian song, like a local song. I flew a lot, right? Because I went to mainland, and I was flying, summer breaks and then winter breaks to come back home and stuff. And for a young kid, I was learning about growing up and making a life for myself. But every time I would still miss Hawaii, miss my friends. And when I hear this song, though, it just is so encouraging. And especially like the intro too, like you hear the overhead speakers, and I think about how the airport used to be, yeah, for people that remember like pre TSA stuff, right? Like when you go Honolulu Airport, you used to be able to park, and then everybody goes through the gate, right? You take your slippers off, the metal detector, and maybe go eat Burger King or whatever, right? And then you just walk up to the gate, and then you see your family or friends, and then they line up against the window, and then they check in, you say bye-bye, and then like you see them board the plane, and then you see them like back out and fly away, and then you're waving and all that. Like, I still remember those times at the airport, and so like I think especially for like us locals here, right? Because we're on an island, like we're a series of islands, right? When you go, like the only way you're gonna go is when you're gonna go on airplane, right? Like you're not gonna drive to the next state. And so like whether it's a neighbor island trip or you're going mainland or Japan or wherever, it's like it's very routine, for the local culture, right? Like people going, okay, drop you off airport, like that's just kind of built into our culture, because when people leave or they're gonna travel, it's primarily by plane. And so when I think about this song, all the times I played it as I was going away or getting ready for a trip and stuff, it just reminds me of the airport and saying goodbye, but saying goodbye knowing that I'm gonna see you again, and so that little bit of hope, I just absolutely love this song. And he has a lot of other great songs, but this is the one that probably gonna be one of my favorites for the rest of my life. Maunaleo, Ke'eli'i Rachel. This was a really hard one as my absolute favorite song, because if you listen to like this collection of songs over the years that he's produced, he sang, there's like too many. As I was going through all of his songs just for this video, there's like 4 or 5 I could have put on this list, and I'm like, I just gotta limit to one, okay? But yeah, I remember growing up, I had one of his CDs, and you know, as someone who doesn't speak Hawaiian, you know, at the time I gravitated more so to the songs that were in English. Absolutely beautiful. But it's only now as an adult, still kind of speak Hawaiian. But when I hear this song in particular, I mean, there's a couple of them that I'm like, it's like the Hawaiian language transcends my understanding, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that I cannot understand exactly what the words are. You know, it's one thing when you hear music in a different language, and you can just appreciate it. You may not understand the words, but I think that's where music with the instruments and the voice and all the background stuff, yeah, I think it transcends language and our understanding of language personally. Yeah, I was on a YouTube rabbit hole when I was making this video, trying to compile my favorite songs. Of course, hearing his original version, there's multiple versions of that. There's cover songs, but my goodness, that song, so beautiful. If you want to listen to like Hawaiian music with Hawaiian words, he has such an amazing voice, you know. And even if you can't understand Hawaiian like me, I think you can appreciate, you know, the technical aspect, but the heart, the passion that goes into the songs. Absolutely wonderful, absolutely beautiful. And yeah, it's like, I hear that song and I can almost like envision someone dancing like hula, and the vocals with the hula, oh, boy, that is just like, that's like the kind where you're gonna cry, you know, like you just see that it's so emotional, it's so beautiful. That's why it's so pure, and you just look at that and you're like, gosh, man, I get it. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, I made a playlist of all these songs, so if you're interested, you can listen to it. But I'd love to hear what your favorite Hawaiian songs are, whatever they may be. And again, this video is not to try to see who's right and who has the better list. It's really just more of an appreciation of Hawaiian music, local music, and the people who create it. So thanks for watching, and aloha.
Hello